Gemini, to my temple. This is the Temple of Tarot, Astrology, and Yoga. My name is Ava, and I'm welcoming you in to my Hawaiian temple to receive your March 2026 Astro Tarot forecast. This is going to be relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Gemini. Well, I'm broadcasting to you from my lanai here on the big island of Hawaii, from my hammock. If you've ever had a hammock, it's a very addictive habit to get into. So I thought I would be productive in my hammock and bring you these readings. What I do is I try to keep things very simple. So I correlate the two sister arts, esoteric arts, of astrology and the tarot. The emphasis is really on the tarot reading, but the astrological forecast gives us a beautiful backdrop, background, grounding, anchor for the reading, for the tarot reading. I start with the astrological forecast. I follow the transits of only two planets, Mars and Venus. There's a lot going on in a chart, always. Aspects to other planets and the transits of major outward planets like Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus, all changing. But what I want to focus on is the immediate energy that is provided to us on the micro scale, as is symbolized by the transits of Mars and Venus. Mars is moving into Pisces, and this is on the 2nd of March, and it will remain in Pisces the whole month. Mars is the planet symbolizing male, aggressive, forward-moving energy, ambition and drive, fire, and motion. And in Pisces, Gemini, that is your and in Pisces, Gemini, that is your 10th house. The 10th house specifically deals with your career or your social standing, the way in which you contribute to humanity, your profession, your talents, your skills. With Mars here, it energizes, brings in that aggressive, go-getter energy into your career. So this would be a good time to look for a job if you don't have one, or to aggressively search for a job, or if you're in a career already, career advancement, ambition, climbing that ladder to a higher hierarchical position of authority within your career or within your corporation or that which you make your money with, that realm. So it's empowered. Then Venus, shortly after Mars enters Pisces, moves into Aries, a fire sign. And that's very compatible with you because you're an air sign. Fire and air only build abundance, more of itself. And it is in Aries in your 11th house. I want to point out right away that the 11th house is the house of fulfilled hopes and dreams. And Venus is the symbol of love, harmony, beneficence. It's a hard word. Beneficence, abundance. It's also a symbol of money and a symbol of social interactions. So in the 11th house being the house of hopes and dreams, but also of groups, friends, organizations, networking. In Venus, with Venus there, pardon me, this is it makes it elevates it to new heights of charm, diplomacy, grace, and aplomb. The two combined, that is Mars in the 10th and Venus in the 11th, could be that new friends or groups that you are in or will be in, attracted to, will benefit your career. Social contacts, friend connections will benefit your career. And if you're a salesman, you're going to be extraordinarily magnetic, bringing in people through your charm, wit, and elfin-like innocence. You have a wonderful sense of comedy, and you might be really able to use it in ways that are even strategic, bringing in more revenue for you. This could be a month of promotions and career expansion, friendship expansion, hobby interests that might turn into revenue sources. So it's a fabulous month of socializing and career dynamic growth. That's what I was thinking. Dynamic growth within your career. So let's leave it at that and use this as the background, the informational anchor for the upcoming tarot forecast. Thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate your viewership, and I am so happy to serve you in whatever way I can, whether it's through these free readings. And you know, I love hearing from you and your reactions to them, or in how they've impacted your life and situation, if they have. Because not only am I informed and uplifted by your comments like that, but other people might also be guided by it and be healed by what you have gone through. So it's nice to share. If you would like a private and personal reading with me, it's a way to support the channel and to interact with me. I am a tarot card reader who is extremely convinced of the existence of guardian angels. I know it to be true. And when called upon in sincerity, the answers that come through the symbolic representations of the cards, the tarot cards, tell that story, tell that, give you that guidance through my intuitive interpretation of the relationships of the cards. And I provide you with several options as to how you would like the reading to be directed, whether towards your concerns about relationships, love, or specifically your career, or if you just are in a quandary about why you're here on the plain Earth and where you're going. The cards can, if not give you an exact detailed information about your purpose in life, it can certainly guide your emotional and spiritual insights to allow you to let that life path become evident in yourself. So a life path reading is really quite beautiful as well. But the options are below in the description box, and I appreciate your support, and I shall see you in the tarot forecast coming up next. Welcome, Gemini, to your tarot forecast for March 2026. Again, relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Gemini. The cards are pre-shuffled, but I'm going to shuffle a little more and maybe even put in 2 reversals. And I'll get comfortable in my hammock. It's a very beautiful day. It started out rainy and completely overcast out here on the big island of Hawaii. I'm really out on the sort of the easternmost tip of the island, closest to the mainland, and we get a lot of storms because the ocean is just right there. I can generally hear it, particularly at night. It's very haunting, as if you're hearing the ocean's heartbeat while you sleep. It's really quite nice. So, all right, let me put in 2 reversals, and we'll shuffle just a little bit more and see if we can handle these cards. They're rather large. So let me move over. I'm going to display them on this frame and then zone in on it or focus in on it for you as I describe their meaning. This is a 4-card spread and is correlated to the previous astrological forecast. The first card represents the overall mood or energy of the month. And we have a major arcana card. Let me put it is the Emperor. Let me look. Make sure he's centered. There we go. The Emperor. The Emperor is the sovereign, majestic ruler of his empire. He is strong, as is symbolized by the granite throne on which he sits. He sits in a manner of confident authority. This is about achieving success through sheer willpower and some strategic disciplining of yourself. But it is a powerful indicator of professional advancement and stability within your career, within your domain, estate. You're in charge. You have the helm, and you're steering your ship towards a responsible and meaningful goal. This is about leadership and recognition, stepping into a position of greater authority. Venus in the 11th, being noticed, followed, finding comrades, compatriots who are of similar mind and being able to contribute to their progress as they to yours. Generally, this is hard work, and it's about an organized approach in order to achieve your aims, to get the kind of prestige you may have ambition for. So you may again receive some sort of promotion, advancement, maybe put into a leadership position. So stay disciplined, Gemini, and be persistent. This is about improvements in your work environment. This is putting structure to your work, to your career, organizing and accounting and laying out some kind of blueprint. You're getting support, perhaps, from a senior colleague, boss, leader within your circle, at work, or within a group or a friendship network. You may have a choice as to whether you want to mentor someone or be mentored by someone you look up to. So again, this is success through willpower. Success through willpower. So let me take the card out, retrieve these other cards, and we put the card into this handy little pouch here on the side of my hammock. And we'll continue to the second position. The second position has to do with your challenge, the obstacles that might get in your way, or be they psychological or physical, or event obstacles that might get in your way. And we have, strangely enough, such a positive card, the Three of Cups. Let me turn that for you. The Three of Cups. As we can see in the card, there are three lovely ladies dancing in a circle. They're celebrating. They have their cups raised in a toast to one another. Each of these ladies is dressed in a different colored robe, significant because each of these ladies has her own personality, her own set of skills and talents, but they've been able to collaborate, to come together. And we have Venus in the 11th, again, of groups and friendships. So this suggests that your hurdle to success is rooted in how you handle social dynamics, team collaborations. That might be one possibility. But on the other hand, you might be prioritizing socializing, like schmoozing, happy hour get-togethers, as a substitute for doing the actual work of getting to your position of authority and leadership through your work. That's the Emperor. So the challenge is to move beyond surface level mingling and move towards supportive groups, friendships, partnerships. You benefit both emotionally and professionally by your friendship network, various groups, be that for a hobby or an interest, like-minded people. It's a very Aquarian kind of situation. The Emperor forecasts that you may be given a very high leadership position. And if that's the case, then this as a challenge means you may feel you don't deserve your success. Maybe you don't believe in the long-lastingness of your success. Doubt creeps in. And maybe you hesitate. Maybe there's just a reluctance to celebrate your professional wins. That might be the problem. So, nothing that a socially apt and witty Gemini can't handle. The next position is the position of the unexpected. Something that may occur during the month that takes you by surprise. You hadn't anticipated it in any way. So this is a very interesting position. And let me put the cards down here so they don't blow away. The Hangman. So this is the second major arcana card that we've received. The Hangman. Hold on. There we go. And in she goes. The Hangman. Well, you can see that we have our protagonist hanging upside down with a halo around his head. It's about seeing the world upside down, taking a brand new look at things. So you may need to take a sudden radical shift in your thinking, in your perspective regarding your career or the social circles that you inhabit, the groups that you inhabit. Sudden social withdrawal can be also indicated, where you may sort of been overly social and now you need a break. You need a pause from all that networking, whether it's online, on the internet engagement, or partying, getting together at, like I said, happy hour, get-togethers. You need to pause. You need some time out. Because this is a card of meditation, stillness, which if you go into this state of mind, it will bring you sudden insight. This is inverted insight. Inverted insight. Seeing things from a completely new angle. Maybe it's your friends who will be put under this microscope, or some group that you want to join or are in, or it's about your career. You're going to see something in a brand new light. And therefore, this is about taking a really deep, pregnant pause to reflect. So, it could also mean that there's a moment of extreme tension, suspension, or suspense before something changes dramatically. It's as if you're frozen in anticipation. So you need to shed old, rigid mindsets regarding either your career, your friends, and your social circle. Rethink it. Imagine it. And so, that is what is unexpected. Let's take this out and put it in the side bag of the hammock that I'm in. It's getting really windy. So, let me make sure I tucked in here. The last card represents the outcome. What will all this eventually lead to by the end of the month? The end of a long journey is what is indicated. This is the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. This is called the "they lived happily ever after" card. And remember that Venus is in the house of wish fulfillment. So it shows a family who has been through a very long journey. They've had all the experiences as are symbolized by the cup cards, which are about feelings, emotions, emotional drive, doing something that is emotionally gratifying or artistically gratifying, or simply fulfills a life path, lifestyle need. So this indicates that, say, within your career or friendship circles, you'll find deep emotional fulfillment and a sense of belonging, as if you're in a very supportive family, a supportive environment, one big happy family. So this is about camaraderie, very pleasurable, seamless collaborations, supportive co-workers and friends. It could be that you receive, especially if you're in the artistic profession, this is recognition for your art, for your work. Even if you're not in a creative profession, this is high recognition. Career success, without having to sacrifice emotional fulfillment. So you are emotionally gratified by the successes that you will achieve. Or perhaps you just found your niche where you belong, where you're relevant, and you get the support and recognition for that. But you feel secure. You have a firm foundation, as was expressed by the first card, the Emperor. And you simply have to manage your social life and make it harmonic and contributive to your social status, as well as your career and art. So that is the outcome. It is one beautiful month for you. We start with the Emperor, and the Emperor is about leadership and self-control, discipline, building an empire. In the position of the challenge, we have the Three of Cups. It's an emotional challenge, a challenge of collaboration, of cooperation, and shared talents and skills. We had the Hangman in the position of the unexpected. Maybe having to make an unexpected sacrifice, or taking a pause or a break unexpectedly, being too overwhelmed, or receiving some kind of extraordinary insight into your problem out of the blue, when you remove yourself from the fray. So that, and then finally, happily ever after, you achieve success, love and harmony, beauty, and sweet joy. Thank you for coming to your forecast. All my love, aloha. Thank you for your viewership. And please write me. Tell me how this might impact your life, or how it resonated with you, if it did. And I'll see you next time. Aloha and namaste.